This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Got a question today from Reshift off of, I think that's how you say your name, dude. I'm not sure. Sorry. I'm not good with this stuff. Off of Facebook. And he wants to know how he can get his thoracic spine stronger. Thoracic spine is referring to the mid to upper back area. What you need to realize, number one, is that that particular area is difficult to train sometimes because it almost always only gets trained when you're going heavy. So there's a couple different ways to attack it. You can intentionally round over and do some exercise with light weights. You can do exercises such as snatch grip deadlifts, deficit deadlifts, round back good mornings. Keep in mind on all these exercises, you need to kind of start light. You need to start light and work your way up. Make sure everything's feeling okay, because you don't want to be so round. You don't want to be handling heavy weights with your back rounded over a lot. It just doesn't make sense. Think about it in logical terms. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. The second thing you need to realize is that if you don't have a couple lifts per workout where you go, holy shit, then you will not get stronger. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. Doesn't matter if you're talking about just regular strength training for sports, any type of strength training, whether you're training for powerlifting, whether you're training to be a stronger Yahtzee player, or whatever the hell it is you're training for. You will not get stronger unless you have a couple of lifts in every workout where you go, oh my God, like I crap my pants, or you blow your eyes out. You need to have a couple of those in each workout. Now, having said that, in regards to the mid to upper back area, you will have to have a few lifts per workout where you round over quite a bit. So if you're trying to do regular conventional deadlifts and you crane over a lot and your buddy's like, dude, that was disgusting, like that looked awful, well, that's a good thing. I know that you're trying to maintain position. You always want to have a certain intent per exercise. You want to keep a couple things in mind. You want to try to have that back be straight on deadlifts. You want to try to have your hips lower than your shoulders. But let's face it, man, when it gets to be 90, 95, 100% of your max, shit starts to fall apart. Doesn't matter if you're Mark Bell or you're just some new guy in the gym or you're Andy Bolton or you're whoever. Things will fall apart when the weights get super duper 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 heavy, no matter who you are. And so in your case, especially in reference to trying to train the mid to upper back, you're going to have to have a couple lifts per workout where you end up getting rounded over. So you got your days, got your speed day where you're trying to maintain that real stiff position and you're trying to stay tight and you're not letting anything move, and nothing should be really moving a whole lot except for maybe on the last few sets. Maybe the form breaks down just a tiny bit, just a little bit. And then you have your other day, your max effort day, where you blow it all out. And your knees are going to cave in, knees are going to come forward, back's going to round over, head's going to be down. And when you finish your squat, you're going to be like, thank God I'm still alive. You need to have a couple of those in a workout. I'm not saying that you need to be a madman and you need to do things with bad form. That's not really the point here. The point is that you need a couple of grinders per workout. I would say 2 or 3. You can't really handle any more than that. I guess I should restate that, 1 to 3. You can't really. 3 would be like the max amount of grindage you can handle in a workout. Also, keep in mind that repetitions will be your friend, because repetitions will allow you to kind of train through that sticking point multiple times. So let's just say, for example, you go to deadlift and you deadlift 300 pounds for 5 reps on a slight deficit. Now, instead of going through that little sticking point where you tend to round over slightly just once or twice, you'll be going through it 4 or 5 times. So that's what you're going to need to do. And you also want to try to keep in mind that you want to be safe, so you want your last rep to look a little bit like your first. Your last rep should look a little bit like your first. Shit is going to wear down. You are going to get tired. Don't be a wuss. Don't wuss out on it. Don't give up. Don't stop. But if things start to really fall apart, let go of that barbell and live to lift another day. Some exercises in particular that would help you, obviously conventional deadlift. You have snatch grip deadlifts. You got shrugs. You got face pulls. You got sled drags. I just wrote an article for bodybuilding.com. Go on their website, type in Mark Bell, and you'll see some stuff pop up on Ask the Super Strong Dude. And I wrote a whole thing about sled dragging and how to drag the sled, forward, backwards, pull it, row it, you name it, it's on there. But any kind of sled pulling is going to help you. Even though you're talking about, when you're walking forward with the sled, you're training your hamstrings. When you're walking backwards with the sled, you're training your quads. But you're only going to be as strong as your weakest link, and you got to keep everything up. So I would recommend looking into that article and reading that entire piece. Although it's actually pretty short, I would read that piece and I would follow the sled workouts that's on there, because it also includes some, I believe, unless they maybe cut it out, I believe it includes some rowing. But anyway, rows of any form is going to help you. Training your hamstrings, as I alluded to earlier, will help you. Training your entire back, all the way from up here all the way to the bottom of your feet, is going to be effective at helping you try to maintain that tight back position. Also training the abdominals, doing things like heavy planks, weighted planks. Have some people throw some shit on your back and hold a plank for a minute or two. Those types of exercises will be effective. You have things like good mornings. Any sort of work with the safety squat bar. Be cautious that you don't push the safety squat bar handles up too high, because that's gonna make the lift actually easier. You want to keep those handles down, and actually, if you can, try to lift with your hands barely on there at all, and that'll really round you over. Train through that spot. Train through that rounded over spot. You might need to do assistance movements. Let's say a stiff leg deadlift for 3 sets of 10 with just like 2 plates. You might need to use light weights and kind of go through that rounded position over and over again. Round over, straighten out, round over, straighten out, round over, straighten out. If you have access to any strongmen in your area, grab a hold of them. Not in a bear-like fashion, but get a hold of a local strongman, and if you could have them show you how to do stone loads, or any of the strongman movements, yoke walks, all that kind of stuff is going to help build up that thoracic spine, help build up that mid and upper back. Well, that's my 2 cents. My 2 cents is free, and I'm out of here. I'm off to the gym. I'm off to go train. I'm off to bench press. And that's it for the Power Project. See ya.